Welcome to day 339 of the New Way. It's late in the day, and the Sabbath would begin at sundown. At that point, they would not be allowed to use a hammer to remove Jesus' body, or to carry Jesus' body, or to wrap it, because all of that would be work. I'll read Matthew 27:59 through 61. Joseph took the body, wrapped it in a clean linen cloth, and placed it in his own new tomb that he had cut out of the rock. He rolled a big stone in front of the entrance to the tomb and went away. Mary Magdalene and the other Mary were sitting there opposite the tomb. In Mark 15:46 and 47. So Joseph brought some linen cloth, took down the body, wrapped it in the linen, and placed it in a tomb cut out of rock. Then he rolled a stone against the entrance of the tomb. Mary Magdalene and Mary, the mother of Joseph, saw where he was laid. In Luke's version, Luke 23:53 through 56. Then he took it down, wrapped it in linen cloth, and placed it in a tomb cut in the rock, one in which no one had yet been laid. It was preparation day, and the Sabbath was about to begin. The women who had come with Jesus from Galilee followed Joseph and saw the tomb and how his body was laid in it. Then they went home and prepared spices and perfumes, but they rested on the Sabbath in obedience to the commandment. In John 19:40 through 42. Taking Jesus' body, the two of them wrapped it with the spices in strips of linen. This was in accordance with Jewish burial customs. At the place where Jesus was crucified, there was a garden, and in the garden a new tomb in which no one had ever been laid. Because it was the Jewish day of preparation, and since the tomb was nearby, they laid Jesus there. Let's look at the Jewish customs of that time. A tomb was a large rock room or cave owned by a wealthy family. Within the front room would be a table or ledge to lay the dead body. They would cover the body with spices and bind it tightly with strips of cloth to help the body hold its shape. When the body was fully decomposed and only the bones remained, the bones would be moved to an area in the back of the tomb or a separate room in the back so that another family member's body could use the tomb. A large stone was rolled against the cave to block the entrance so that animals would not disturb the body. That rock was large enough that it would take a strong man or several men to roll it into and out of place. We are told that the tomb belonged to Joseph of Arimathea, but that it had never been used. It was in a garden near the crucifixion site. The men covered Jesus' body with spices and strips of linen cloth. Essentially, they mummified it. The spices, myrrh and aloe, would help the body to dehydrate, and the wrappings would preserve the shape. The spices also helped cover the smell of decomposition. Do you remember the gifts that were brought to Jesus by the wise men? We looked at this on day 23. One of the gifts to him was myrrh. We mentioned that that gift was a foreshadowing of his death. But there was no time to wash the body. So as the women watched, I believe that they agreed that they would come first thing on Sunday morning and prepare the body properly. They would unwrap the body, wash it, and then rewrap it with fresh spices and perfumes. That was the plan as they left the tomb to go to their homes for the Sabbath. In his service, Dale.